Hello, my name is Austin Shadle, and welcome back to the Life Endurance Podcast, where we explore methods of unlocking your true potential in the greatest endurance race we all partake in, life. Life can be overwhelming, and when it is, we often find ourselves extremely busy, but also extremely stressed. I've talked about before how not taking action is often the reason we're stressed. We often let too many things build up, and we overload ourselves with reasons to be stressed. But sometimes we're taking lots of action, yet we still feel stressed. Let's talk about why this might be. Life today is overwhelming. We have so many options for every aspect of life. It's so easy to stay busy. And if we give into too many options at the same time, we can lose ourselves. We are doing so much, yet we feel more lost. We think, I'm stressed from doing too much. We think, I need to slow down. Let's take a step back and consider this. Are you stressed from doing too much, or are you actually stressed from doing too little of what you care about? Let that sink in. Are you actually stressed from doing too little of what you care about? There have been multiple times in my life when this was true. The most significant was my first job out of school. It was a demanding construction management job that required long days and few days off. I was extremely productive at this job. Every day I stayed busy, so busy I would get home and be ready to pass out asleep every day. I was making money and I was learning new skills. But there came a time where the source of stress I felt shifted. It was no longer stress from being in a new job and trying to keep up with a busy project. My stress came from the complete lack of time and energy I had to spend on other parts of my life I care about. I didn't have the time or energy to work out and train for races. I didn't have the time or energy to make self-development content and find ways to help others. I didn't have the time or energy to find human relationships. The stress built and built until I had put on 40 pounds and was becoming an angry person. And when I chose to leave that job for a job that allowed me the time and energy to take action on the things I care about, that stress went away. I was able to complete my first Ironman. I lost the 40 pounds, and I made a YouTube series following these goals. I did this by focusing on the things I care about more than just staying busy and productive in other ways. The second instance where I felt this stress is more recently in life. When I moved to Colorado, I was flooded with options. I made friends, I had access to the hobbies I dreamed about while in Iowa, and I took advantage of this. I had a lot of fun for a year. And this brought me a lot of peace and happiness. But during this time, I strayed from some of the other parts of life I care about. I fell behind on my goals with this podcast, and I stopped making progress professionally. Even though I still enjoy and value these hobbies, friends, and experiences I couldn't participate in the last 20 years of my life, stress once again was building. I lost track of how much I care about making this podcast and what this goal represents for me. I lost track of my career goals, and as this stress built, it began to reduce the enjoyment of what I was spending my time on. So consider this life endurance takeaway for when you feel stressed. Take inventory of what you spend your time on. At face value, you will probably think this all makes sense and you shouldn't be stressed, but look deeper. Consider what you really care about. Find the source of the stress. Find the things you really care about that have been lost in life's chaos. I hope today's episode added some value to your own pursuits. Please subscribe and take a brief moment to share if you think this could help others. To learn more about my background, follow me on Instagram at endurancebeast. To support yourself as well as the podcast, check out my affiliate links below. Thank you for listening, and as always, I look forward to sharing the next episode.